In the wake of the BP disaster, more people are concerned about how they can make use of alternative energy. In the Sunshine State, we have the sun. But as a homeowner, or even as a business owner, how do we take advantage of these services? Well, today we're visiting Elite Solar. Hey, this is Jazzy with ModernHippieMag.com, your online source for hip, healthy, conscious green living. We're going to be learning a lot about solar energy today and how we can take a part.
Take me through the steps. Okay, I'm a homeowner and I've read on the news, I've read in the paper, I understand that it's a better system for me to apply solar panels to my home. Then what do I do?
I would recommend you find a certified solar installer, number one, and then every house is different and every person is different. So the first thing we attack in any home is the low-hanging fruit. And so we offer all kinds of energy-saving things for the home, like window film. Insulation is one of the first things we check in the attic, and go down the list of all of the different, things that draw so much power, and we start attacking them one by one. This is a solar attic fan.
Oh.
All right, so in here, if you tilt it this way, see there's a fan.
Oh, look at that.
So you put this on your roof, and the sun makes the fan turn around, which provides an exhaust for your attic.
Awesome.
So your attic temperatures will be 30 degrees less. It's just a simple solar cell, and it turns the blades of the fan, and it gets the hot air out of your attic. And this is a relatively inexpensive thing for people to do, and it has a big impact. They're finding 70% of your loss in your HVAC is through your duct equipment. So insulation and duct sealing and an attic fan, if you have a retrofit, are the most important things that you can do up there. When it comes to solar, the two main technologies are solar hot water and then solar electric. And we always recommend solar hot water first because it is the most cost effective. Solar thermal consists of basically pool solar and domestic hot water. Domestic hot water is what we use to shower and brush our teeth and drink and do our laundry and do our dishes. And so it's a big part of the way we live. Just think what your life would be like without a hot shower in the morning.
Oh, don't go there.
So this is the solar hot water collector that goes on the roof. It has copper thin tubing where the water heats and heats and heats until it's hot enough. The sensor sends it down and into your hot water tank.
So I have a pool and I want to swim in warm waters.
That's what this is for. And that's why we live in Florida, and that's part of the excitement of me educating people about green is that it can enhance your lifestyle. You don't want to take everything away from everybody, and life would be pretty grim without the creature comforts, and one of them in Florida is swimming in a pool that's comfortable. It's like in the summertime, you remember how you had the hose all wound up and the sun heats it, and then you turn it on and it's all hot water? Same concept. This is where the pool water comes up through these tubes and circulates down. So you put these up basically around the same square footage as your pool, and that keeps your pool hot. It adds like 3 months to your swimming season.
Wow.
So as long as you've invested 30 grand in this hole in the ground, you might as well enjoy it for the 3 months, from February 15th on through the summer into November 15th.
Wow, very, very cool.
Or this one was solar electric or photovoltaic, or sometimes referred to as PV. They produced electricity so that you could plug in your computer, your refrigerator, or whatever. This is pretty much your standard solar panel. This is a Solar World module built in the USA, and it provides 175 megawatts of power. As a financial advisor in my previous life, where I gave people advice around their kitchen table about how to keep and save more money, my California clients were getting more and more involved in investing in solar. And so I got into the spreadsheets and the commercial and residential financial analysis of this, and I got very excited. If you're green and you have money to invest, you're going to be paying electric bills, and the sun does come up every single day. And you can go ahead and put those panels on your roof today. Over time, this builds up into money that's in your bank account instead of giving the check to the utility company. You're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. Why not pay yourself first and put that $20,000 is about what it comes out to over the 20-year life of a typical great glass solar collector. take that 20 grand and now that's your money and it's your power. But just from a financial perspective, we always recommend the more cost-effective things first, because as an investment broker, I take that fiduciary responsibility and giving financial advice very seriously. Take your electric bill, go home and look at your water heater and look at your, HVAC equipment, your heating and air conditioning equipment, and see how much energy you're actually using, so that people see that the lights are a third, big part of their electric bill, and turn them off and get some compact fluorescents and see the difference in your savings, and see how you're being a part of the solution and getting our country off our addiction to oil.
Let's say I live in a deeded community and I want to install solar on my home or any other type of renewable alternative energy source. Am I restricted to do that?
No, and that's a common misconception. That's why the Florida Solar Rights Law came about, Section 163, Florida statute, and it says that a property owner may not be denied permission to install solar collectors.
Wow.
That includes hot water, thermal, pool solar, and even laundry lines for hanging your clothes.
Now, are there government incentives to help me install, or is it, as a homeowner or a business owner, does it fall on me, or does the government help me to do that?
Well, the government incentives do help a lot. And the reason for government incentives typically are to spur an industry. So they might not be long-term incentives, but hopefully what will happen is, the cost for this will come down because there is so much demand. So these incentives are definitely doing that in our industry. So the federal government incentive is 30% federal tax credit. That's a dollar for dollar return. Okay, you'll get that right away. And if you're a business, you can apply for that money to come to you right now within 120 days. It's called a federal cash grant. In order to get the credits that are offered by the administration, you have to buy American. That's what's going to drive our economic engine. You can't go buy panels from China and expect to get a 30% federal tax credit. They have to be American-made panels.
And so as someone who isn't in a position to add solar panels, there are other things, though, in your education sector that you're helping people to do or understand that there are things that they can do in their home. And you mentioned that before in education. So what are some of those other things that you're doing as well?
One of the things financially that folks who can't install solar panels themselves are to lobby for and check off the box when it does show up on your electric bill to donate $1 a month or $2 a month or whatever the boxes are, to contribute to renewable energy generation for your power. The other things are that if a person wanted to go online, they can buy green credits. You can just send a check and buy some green credits, and that money will go to a producer of power and green energy.
With everything that you've learned about solar energy and the environment and getting away from the dependency on oil, how has that changed you personally?
Well, the world has changed, and I've had to change with it, and I'm so glad. It's allowed me to take stock of my financial house as well as my habits. I used to drive a Cadillac Escalade, all right? I'm not proud of that, but you know what? What a great shift that I now drive this hybrid and I get it. And as long as everybody just finally starts to get it and make little changes in their life, then we're all going to be so much better off.